We'll go through Turda Gorge, then we head towards the village of Moldovenești and we climb continuously 10 kilometers to Székelystone. Until then, according to the forecast, the rain will hit us as well. The 15th of May, which means that finally we don't have to be at home at 10 o'clock. And it also means that we don't have to wear masks outside, so everything we do here is perfectly legal, starting with today. We are also at the beginning of the 30-kilometer distance of the Jókai hike on this road, which was it paved 2 years ago? 3 years ago it wasn't for sure, so it's a recently asphalted road. We are in Sandulești and we are going out of the village on this deceiving road, because here you think we are just going out of the village. But in the meanwhile, we are climbing pretty abruptly. We'll go through Turda Gorge, which we visited a few weeks ago. I'm curious where we will climb up this time, on the newly marked trail or the old one. Then we head towards the village of Moldovenești and we climb continuously 10 kilometers to Székelystone. Until then, according to the forecast, the rain will hit us as well. So that's what awaits us. We arrive in about an hour and a half to the first checkpoint at the end of Turda Gorge. If this bridge would have been here some weeks ago, we could have crossed the river. We are on the old trail, there's a new one which goes around this section. But we didn't know this when we visited recently, and we expected to descend here, but got surprised that we're at some place we don't know. We are over the steep ascent at Turda Gorge, and we are getting close to the next checkpoint at Monastery Heights. A lot of times it was difficult to find, but now from the distance we can see where the people are, so I think we'll find it easily this time. Before they put it in a slightly different spot and you couldn't see it because of the bushes if you went around the wrong way. We continue our hike after a short rest after 3 hours and 5 minutes. We have an additional checkpoint before we arrive to Moldovenest, which is at about 17 kilometers from the beginning. We can see Circular Stone in the distance, which will be the last obstacle of this hike. And that snowy peak is Muntele Mare. This has to be documented. From now on, I can call myself officially a YouTuber because someone recognized me. They saw our video from peak data from my Út Gorge, and now they are participating in this hike, and they asked me if there will be a video about this as well, and of course, there will be. Here, you don't have to descend to the right, rather go straight ahead. Now, we are going below the high voltage lines and you can hear the scorching sound. So in these cases, keep the hiking poles and selfie sticks as low as possible. We started 4 hours 15 minutes ago and we caught sight of this Orthodox monastery, near which the next checkpoint has to be. In previous years there were problems with the docks from that construction site. Let's see how it will be this time. But so far I cannot hear or see anything of the kind. Then here we start the descent through those woods to Moldovenesti. We'll arrive shortly in the village of Moldovenest. It took us about 6 hours to get here. In a good day, you can do the whole hike in this amount of time or even less. But now we are walking in a leisurely pace to preserve energy to the end as well. Here's the mayor's office. In previous years the checkpoint was situated here, but now, because of the pandemic, it's at the Ecke House. We are there, and this is still waiting for us. We rested a bit, and 6.5 hours from the start, we continue our hike from Moldovenest. And the difficult part comes now. 10-11 kilometers of continuous climb, then the abrupt descent on the Great Ditch at Széklarstón. We're on our way for 8 hours and we covered about 26 kilometers. But the remaining ones won't be easy. We haven't started yet the climb to Széklarstón, and the descent in the end will be the cherry on the cake. Well, there's no yokai without rain, so we changed the fashion accordingly to rain jackets. So, everything according to the plan. We climbed in a pretty ugly rain to the saddle of Széklarstón, and we're trying to find the penultimate checkpoint. Well, it looks like we missed by half an hour the penultimate checkpoint. We left 10 hours ago, we should have gotten here in 9.5. So, we'll finish outside the target time, and hopefully we'll get down in a single piece on the muddy, slippery portion that follows. So, out with the microspikes! At 11.5 hours from the start, we are getting close to the village of Rimetia. This year's yokai hike wasn't about performance, rather about socializing and about the happiness of a free hike without the fear of the nightly curfew. Of course, we respected the basic rule and we moved with the speed of the slowest member of the group, who was always somebody else, so we don't scatter too much. Obviously, the descent at the end on the Great Ditch was very slippery and unpleasant. Maybe another time we'll try ourselves at a higher pace as well. My own personal record on this route is 6.5 hours, which involved no running, so I'd be curious to try out how much I can improve that with running combined in when my physical condition will allow. This goulash, even if kind of cold, feels really good.